Hi guys, it's me Hope, and today I'm going to be talking all about brushes. Not like hair brushes or anything, I'm talking about makeup brushes. Makeup brushes are super important for the way that you apply your makeup, and I'm going to help you guys find the perfect brushes for you and tell you which ones I love and which ones I don't love. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for some Velvet Butte brushes at the end of this video. So stay tuned and you will see how to win this. So let's get started. So these are all of my brushes. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I'm really missing any. And I keep them in this little container. And this was from the $1 section at Target. And I just keep all my brushes. I keep kind of the face ones towards the back and the eye ones up in the front. And I keep my most used ones up even closer to the front. And yeah. I'm going to start off with like lower end brushes and then move up to the higher end brushes and show you guys which ones I love and which ones I don't love and just tell you a bit about each one. So these are all the e.l.f. brushes I own. It's 5 of them. I thought I owned more, but I guess I just own these. So for e.l.f. what they have is the $1 line, and they are all the ones with the white brushes, and then they have their $3 line, which are a little bit higher quality, and they are with the black brushes. So probably my most used brush in the world is just this e.l.f. It's the eyeshadow brush. It's just called the eyeshadow brush. Very self-explanatory. It's for the base of your eyelid, and this one is very, it's not super dense, but it's dense enough to be able to pack on the eyeshadows really well to just put it right on your eye and show it with full color. I think that this is one of the best eyeshadow brushes in the world. I have some other higher end ones, and this one is just amazing, especially for $1. So if you're going to e.l.f., definitely pick up this brush. And then I also have the e.l.f. eye crease brush and then the e.l.f. eye defining brush. And this one, the crease one, is a very small crease brush. I like the bigger crease brushes, so I do use this one from time to time, but it's not one of my favorites, but it's still very well made. So if you like smaller crease brushes, then go for it and buy that one. And then this one I use for doing half, like duotones on my eyes, like on the outer half usually. And this one's good also, but it's just kind of just another brush that I just bought, and I guess I have. For the $3 line, this is the best brush in the world. I know so many people that have it and so many people that love it. It's raved about on YouTube. It's raved about everywhere. And it's just the e.l.f. powder brush. It's a flat top powder brush, and it's so soft. It's one of the softest brushes I've ever had, and it's only $3. I'm pretty sure it's $3. And it's absolutely amazing. It's good for, all I use it for is just my powder. I use this for my pressed powder, not for loose powder, definitely pressed, and then I just put it all over my face and it packs it into your face very well. Works very well. My other e.l.f. brush is a stipple brush, and it's the small stipple brush. I always thought stipple brushes were really cool, and I was like, oh, I wanted to try that. So I bought this one, and I found that I really don't like stipple brushes at all. I don't think, I'm never gonna buy another stipple brush because I feel like that this one just doesn't do anything. Like, you're supposed to just pack it in to your face like small little dots, and I just don't like it. I think it takes too long, and it's just not worth it. So e.l.f. brushes are definitely something that you might want to invest in. You could buy them online. I'll leave the link in the description, and also you can buy them at like Target. The next lowest end brush that I own are EcoTools brushes. For their prices, they are extremely high quality. They are kind of more pricey for the drugstore, but they are definitely worth it. I think that each one that I own has an amazing use, and they all just are super soft, and I love them. So the 3 eye brushes I have are the smudge brush, the Stay There eyeshadow brush, and then the eye shading brush. Out of the 3, my favorite is the Stay There eyeshadow brush. And most eyeshadow brushes are like flat on the side, but this one is definitely kind of more poofed out. And I like this one because it's super dense and it does pack on the eyeshadow very well, and I definitely think it's worth it. And then the other 2 I don't really use. I use the smudge brush for if I ever need to smudge anything, but I do have other smudge brushes that I like better. But if you want the lower end ones that are still really good, definitely EcoTools is great. This eye shading brush, I really don't have a use for it because it's so like loose, like it's not packed together like the bristles. There's not a lot of them, so really it's hard to like pack in the eyeshadow, but I guess it would be good for doing like duotones like the other e.l.f. brush that I use. I just don't really use this one. For my face, I have the round powder brush, and I use this one just as much as my e.l.f. powder brush. I switch off between brushes a lot, and this one is definitely a really good one. This one works for like pressed powder and loose powder just because it's a lot fluffier. If you want loose powder for your face, you're definitely going to want to go for like a fluffier, rounder brush rather than a flat brush. I have two concealer brushes. I'm not very big on putting on concealer with a brush. I really just like using my ring finger for blotting it in. I really think concealer brushes are just useless. This one is the just concealer brush, and this one is the pointed concealer brush. And out of the two, I would probably use the pointed one more just to get into my crease. But really, I have never used this one, and I have used this one before, but just because I had it longer. But if you do think that you want to start putting on concealer with a brush, definitely check out these ones because these ones are super soft. And I know you really don't want like a rough brush like under your eyes because under your eye skin is like really soft and you don't want to destroy that. So definitely these brushes are a great idea if you want to do that. The next ones I have are Real Techniques brushes. You can definitely pick these up at Ulta. I just dropped one. I'm not sure where else you can pick them up, but online and Ulta, I buy mine there. I know for a fact I'm missing some of the brushes because this right here is two different sets and I don't have that many of them right now. Real Techniques brushes are definitely a step up from the lower end brand. These ones are a little bit pricier, but they are still very cheap, like not super cheap, but they are a very decent price for the brushes. My most used brush ever in the world, this is probably my most used brush in general, is the Real Techniques brow brush. And having a brow brush is an essential for me because I use my NYX powder. I have this powder right here, and I don't really use a gel. I'm not a big gel fan. So for powder, it's definitely a good idea to have a brow brush. And this, it's like thin enough to help you get into the thinner parts of your brows. And also for the thicker parts, I go up with the brush, like up like that. And this brush is definitely worth it. All of Real Techniques brushes are extremely dense, which is something that I really like. None of them are too fluffy, but they're all extremely soft. This is the buffing brush, and this I used to use a lot. I used to use this to put on my foundation. This one was probably made for powder, just packing in powder like the powder brushes, but this one did a really good job of putting my foundation on and blending it all in when I used to put foundation on with a brush, which I don't do anymore because since then I got my beauty blender. This one is the contour brush, and I love this brush. I used to use this one a ton, but I think the best use for it would be if you have deeper cheekbones. I don't really have cheekbones, if you can see. Like, I obviously do, but they're just not super visible. If you have extremely visible cheekbones, this one would probably be such a great brush because it's a lot thinner, so it could help you get into your cheekbone rather than like a fluffier brush. For example, like this one I have from Blend. If you have really thin cheekbones, it's gonna like spread in an awkward way. This one is probably another one of my most used brushes, and it's the Deluxe Crease Brush. I love this as a crease brush. I love how big this one is. As I showed you before, like the e.l.f. one was extremely small. I love this because I like continuing the color really high up onto a little bit below my brow, and that's how I like doing my creases. If you kind of want a more casual crease, I guess, like not like super fine and lined, this brush is really good. It's just good because you can see how I do my color. I just put it all up here and I blend it everywhere. I don't like having just a little line across, so I think this is a definitely good one. Great for blending, and yeah. This one is the base shadow brush, and I'm not a super big fan of it just because I like denser brushes for my eyelid, and it's super fluffy. I do like it just for shading and stuff, but other than that, I'm not a big one on that one. I just dropped it again. This one right here is the Point Pixel eyeliner brush, but I do use it for lips because it's really small and I like having it just there, and I don't really use eyeliner with brushes. I think this brush would be really good for that, for the eyeliner use, but if you find another use that you like better for your brushes, then use it. Like, you don't have to use this for your eyeliner. You could use it for your eyeshadow, your highlight. I use it for my lips. You know, if you find a way to make a brush work better than the way that it was intended to, then do it. Like, no one's really stopping you. And it's not that it's incorrect. It's just that you're just finding a new way to use it, and that's good. And if you're going to use it more, then might as well do that. Next, we're moving on to the Velvet Luxe brushes. I just dropped one again. And these ones are the ones that you can potentially win at the end of this video. This set includes brushes for your eyelids and your face and just like, yeah. So the first one I really like. This one is super thick and it's very big. And this one is just the powder brush. I definitely would use this for a loose powder rather than a pressed powder, but it does work with pressed powder because I've used it. And it helps just get all over your face because it's extremely big. This is it compared to the e.l.f. brush, and you can see it's a lot bigger, and yeah. I think that this one gives a more natural finish than this one just because this one is pressed into your skin and this one is kind of fluffed onto your skin, and it'll get all the extra dust off of your face and it'll just pack in what needs to be packed in. I also have the contour brush, which is my favorite bronzer brush. I use this brush, yeah, I use this one all the time. I don't like super packed together brushes for your bronzer because then the color will show up too harsh, and this one is the right mix of like dense and fluffy, so it doesn't show up too dark. As you can see, I think that this it blends really well and it's a good shape for my cheekbones, and yeah. This one right here is the flat top brush, and I'm not sure what these brushes are used for. It's obviously a face brush. I really can't talk today. I used this brush for my blush and it did pack it on definitely for the lighter blushes. Oh my god. For the lighter blushes that don't show up too well, this one, just a very dense packing brush, is really good to put on the color if you want it to show up. This one would also probably be great for blending in your foundation or just pressing in your powder, just like the flat top one from e.l.f., the powder one. But it's also a lot smaller, so yeah. I have a foundation brush, which is just useless to me because I don't like foundation brushes, as I already said that, I'm pretty sure, but I don't like applying foundation on with one of these, and you know, I just like using my beauty blender and my fingers or a sponge for that instead. Because brushes do appear to be kind of streaky, but if you do like that again, then this one is super soft and it's definitely worth it if you like it. I just started using this one recently. It's the blending brush, but I started using it on my crease. I like the way that it kind of points at the top. It's not a super big point, but it works into my crease in the right way, and I think I'm going to be using this one and the Real Technique ones, switching off between those. I also have this tapered eye brush. I just dropped it. I'm dropping all of them and I can't even talk today. And this one is probably definitely good for just packing in your eyeshadow on your lid or just getting onto your brow or just really doing kind of whatever you want to use it for. And lastly, this one is the HD concealer brush. This one is super dense and I think it'll be great for packing in your concealer if you do that. But as I said, I don't like doing that with a brush. I like doing it with my fingers, so I think this one will be a really good crease brush because it's really big and I think it'll pack the color in really well. So I hope this video gave you a little bit more of an understanding of how I use my brushes and how you can use them and stuff. So now here's how to win the Velvet brushes. Step 1, you're going to want to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Number 2, you're going to want to go on Instagram and follow me and Velvet Buttes Instagram, and I'll leave those in the description. Number 3, you're going to want to like Velvet Butte on Facebook, and if you don't have a Facebook, that's fine, but you should probably go like it. Number 4, you're going to want to comment down below some video request ideas and also your Instagram username. And the winners will be contacted through Instagram direct. And the winners will be chosen September 28th, which is my birthday. So it's like a win for me, win for you, because I'm a year older. You're winning some brushes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys all. Make sure to just leave a big thumbs up and the comments to enter the giveaway. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!